Hi, so we're gonna go over market structure in this video, price action, and make it make sense for you. If you are a beginner and you really don't understand the charts or you don't understand what you should be focusing on first, this will answer that question, because in our last video we did how to draw on your very first trend line, and you might think that this is putting the cart before the horse, or you're like, how come I didn't learn market structure before? This video will answer that question. So if you don't know how to draw a trend line, watch that video and come back to this one, okay? So when you're looking at the charts, this is Ethereum since we charted it last together, Ethereum on the 4-hour time frame. A lot of beginner traders look at this chart and they start looking at every little movement. They start seeing all of these candlesticks going up, down, chopping around, just making no sense whatsoever, and they think that they need to understand and catch every single movement. Like, this is usually the price pattern or price action that I see beginners get trapped in looking at. Like, that just looks gross. I don't want to trade that. Like, I don't know what to do with that blue path line. A better way to understand price action is to think about it as like a continuous rolling hills. Like, so we can clean this up and make it very clear for you. So a better way to look at this would be a very clear direction. So as you can see, starting back here, we had an expansive move to the upside, a slight pullback, another expansive move to the upside, a slight pullback, expansive move to the upside before a slight consolidation, before a sell-off, a retest of a prior area, another sell-off, a retest or consolidation phase, whatever you want to call it, and then another sell-off holding that area. So this looks a lot more cleaner. A better way to look at this would be to clean up the chart and not look at every single movement. So what we're gonna do is, if you can recognize this and like follow me here, the price went expansive movement to the upside, pullback to retest that area, expansive movement to the upside, pullback, retesting, tried to push above that level again, which this is now considered consolidation and exhaustion, before a sell-off, retesting of those prior zones, another sell-off, retesting, and consolidation, exhaustion. That is a lot cleaner for me to look at and for me to understand. That green path line, that looks a lot nicer than the blue one. So the reason why this matters is because within each phase of that trend or that price action are different variables for you to be able to make a trade, possible entry to make money. So let's get rid of these lines real quick. Let's do the full top-down analysis again, so we have some trend lines on there that we can work with. And I'm just going to throw these on very quickly so you guys don't have to watch me do it. So ending in the 1 hour. Now that we have all of our uptrends, our downtrends, and our support and resistance at that 2000 key area level, we're going to look at the market phase that we are currently in. So on the 1 hour time frame, and I'll use the path tool again, we are in a downtrend. Like, we've been trending down since like October of 2025. So we had a touch point back here. The downtrend starts higher up, but just say for visual purposes, like we're going down, right? We have that pullback, that retest before another big sell-off down here. A retest again of this area. Another sell-off or pullback, and then retesting these levels. So the reason why this phase matters is because although we are in the downtrend, right now we are in a period of exhaustion, consolidation, and retesting of levels. So this is where the nuance of trading comes into play. Right now, as a trendline trader, we did technically get the break of a trend line, but I'm not very confident in that break because it could be a fake out. And the reason why it could be a fake out is because right now it's not clear. There's a lot of like indecision in there. So even though it broke the trend line, because of the broader market direction, when we go back and zoom out, and this is why zooming out matters and like why you need to pay attention to it. On the 4 hour time frame, this is a lot of selling pressure. We are in a heavy downtrend, and we are also below this this previous area. We haven't reclaimed anything yet. We're sitting below that 2000 psychological level, and you'll learn this as you get further into your trading journey. Round numbers, or like numbers like 2000, 2500, like they're psychological for many different reasons in the market, but one of them being is you're interacting with human behavior in the market. So when people see 2000, they either think this is the top, this is as high as we're gonna go before we have a sell-off, trapping a lot of buyers, like beginner traders. Or it's a psychological level where they're like, oh, we've reclaimed 2000, so we're gonna push higher. There's a lot of conviction in the buying pressure. So that's where like understanding volume comes into play, and that will be in another video. But for this one, we're just talking about market structure, and it's identifying the phase that we are in. So although we are in a downtrend, the phase that we are in right now is indecision because we haven't reclaimed this area. And if I draw a box for you right here, when you're looking at where price has previously rejected, it's been right around here. And as you can see, we're also below where it was holding previously. So yeah, we broke a trend line. We did break this red trend line, but we haven't reclaimed that area. There's still this zone, this blue box, purple box, that I want to see it hold above break before we get that continuation. And this is why the phase that you are in matters. Like right now, exhaustion is what I am seeing on the chart. And exhaustion is good for a couple of reasons if you are a trendline trader, because you can identify where potential reversals are coming into play. And so as you can see back here, we had the one touch point on this trend line, and I'll draw the box. So we have one touch point. We have another one down here, two down here actually, before that small break right here. And it's not even technically a break. It's not a clear break yet. And so you can see like we are deciding what we want to do there. And because we are so close to that upward trend line from a higher time frame, one can reasonably assume that that is our floor. If we break that, we're going to continue that downtrend. So right now I have to wait. As the trader that I am, I need to be patient for the confirmation. If I see us down from this red trend line continuing the bear trend, then I am not going to be so certain that we are reclaiming these levels. And this is where the phase comes into play. Understanding like you have to position yourself in the best possible scenario to get that entry. So if we were to push away, that would give me some confirmation like maybe we're not fully done with this downtrend right here. And if we break this, that would be double confirmation because the trend lines are so tight within that wedge, this wedge right here. And I'll make this a different color so you can see it. So these trend lines that are up, down, and that are up and down, creating that wedge in this yellow box, that's a really key area of confluence. That means that there's a lot of people speculating. A lot of institutional buyers might accumulate there once they do decide the direction, once the market decides the direction. So that's why this overall market structure matters. And I know this video might be frustrating or confusing, but like if you can just look at the broader picture and understand that, and like go in with your path tool and just practice doing this. Identify the highest it's ever been. Look for those swing lows where it retested again, another swing low where it retested again, and then swing low again, like the sell-off. That is a much more clear picture for me to understand, as opposed to if I just looked at all of that, like up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Like I would make my head hurt if I looked at that. And I've tried to trade that crap in there and it just doesn't work out for me because it's not a clear direction. So you can capitalize on the movements in between, but a better way to do it is capitalizing on the entirety of the movement, but that requires you to usually be a swing trader and hold overnight. So it depends on how you want to trade. Are you going to be someone that is capable of emotionally managing a trade that lasts days or a week or more? Or do you need to be able to be in and out within the day or 2 to 3 days? So that is where your money attachment comes into play, into factoring of your strategy development. And this also goes into like your expectations for trading. While this is a very nuanced lesson and video, it's going to come into play. So as you can see, we're near a trend line, but I haven't yet told you exactly what to do with it, what that means, or what kind of confirmations or entry and exit criteria you need. That will be in the next video. But if you have any questions on market direction or the phases that we are in, let me know, because if you can identify the overall direction, then you can start seeing if we are in an exhaustion phase, which would look exactly like this, a key area of consolidation, just pitter-pattering around, and then that would be good for you to identify, okay, maybe that trend is weakening and we're looking for a reversal or a turnaround. And for understanding this is, okay, we've identified the downtrend and we've identified a exhaustion point within that trend. When you look left, and I've said this in my past videos, to trade right, look left. Where did price come down to? So when you're looking at the chart, like where did price previously go to? Where did it hold? Where is it also having trouble breaking that ceiling? So that would be like your support and your resistance, supply and demand, liquidity, whatever you want to call it, whatever you've learned the term to be. That is like overall market structure. So when you get a trend line break or something, but we are still under a key level, like it could potentially be a fake out if you don't look left and look at the historical data. So we'll put this all together in the next video.